welcome to this week's episode of Tech Talk Live. And I did it again with the whole live thing. I'm your host, Michael Amargon, and with us this week we have our guest, Chris.
Hello.
And Vicquell.
Hello.
Okay, so this week we're going to be starting off our little conversation with Apple. Oh dear sweet Apple. Apple, who is having problems with their iPhone 10 and production, and who's only
iPhone X.
Yeah, the dog agrees. It's iPhone X. iPhone 10 that's only going, what, 20 million devices? Am I right, Vicky?
I think so.
Yeah.
I know I glimpsed it online. I can't remember the exact number.
I think it's 20 million.
I just know that they're going to eventually run out of stock within the span of now and December.
Oh, I thought you were just going to say now. Just like now. Because, I mean, you know, the whole queuing up for lines. There's China. There's, I don't know, the rest of the world that, you know, would want to have certain amounts of these stock.
Oh, they care about China?
China has to be included inside that 20 million.
I mean, because they have the the Apple Watch, sorry. And China doesn't really... China's like, nah, we're good. And Apple's like, too bad, we made them. So... Because of the whole eSIM thing.
Yeah, I mean, technically the whole Apple Watch 3, Series 3 can still work just over Bluetooth.
Oh, I thought you was gonna backlash it.
No, it's just a thing. Like, China's blocked them from connecting to LTE because of the whole eSIM thing. Which, I mean, they're full within their right to do since they want to protect people like from burner phones, that kind of thing. And technically, the protect monitor. But I mean, even countries like here in the Bahamas, like quite literally, you know, telecom operators need to keep a record of who all's using their network, even with prepaid customers. They technically should be registering each and every account. And that does become a problem with eSIM. So I don't really know how that's really going to pan out here. I know China's looking at it, and until then, it is on, I think their term for it was trial basis.
Well, you know, we're China's baby, so... Well, one of China's many babies.
Yes, especially within the past few years.
But then we're also a protectorate, so... Oh man,
it's a messy situation. I'll just put it that way. But
that's what it is.
I mean, even with the continuing along with the whole Apple thing and the Apple iPhone 10. So we've got 20 million devices, and that's a problem because there's going to be a huge demand for that. I mean, there's probably people like packing their tents to just make sure they're first on the line.
Yep.
I want to do that. Like that's on my bucket list.
Vicky,
you know?
Okay.
So sad.
I wasn't.
So sad.
I was not gonna get on this just yet.
So sad.
But this needs to be an intervention. I mean,
I feel like that's like an experience to have. You know, to camp out to be the first at an Apple store for iPhone release.
Vicky, you will never be the first at an Apple store until you're like a month in advance.
Well, you can camp out to be like the first in that store if you're camping out at, or like be the first at a few people that actually go. And I feel like it's an experience that everybody should have. Well, if you're interested in it, you should have it.
I'm good.
No,
I'm good.
I would never camp out outside of a store for anything. I would pre-order it and have it shipped to my door every single time.
Pretty much.
What? I feel like camping out is like that.
It's a ridiculous idea.
You don't have if you pre-order it. You gotta have like a little camp out experience.
Yeah, let's be homeless. Let's act like we're homeless for a device. Great idea.
Risk your job for a device.
When I camp out, I'm gonna
Just
message you
Vicky
guys
Kitchen.
and
Risk
let
your
y'all know how it is. I think it's gonna be an ecstatic experience.
Let me know, and then I'll like set up like a little jar in front of you or wherever you are. And see how much people will drop money because they think you're homeless.
If there's a whole lot of people, then they're gonna drop money because they're gonna already know that we're camping out in front of the Apple Store for the phone release. So
Actually, I think there was one guy that like camped out at least a month in advance before.
I can't do that. I could go like the night before.
Night
Or, like,
before,
the day
so short.
before?
We could be way back on that line.
Depends.
Oh no.
eight-
No. You will be at the
Nah,
end.
nah. The 10 on the other hand, that line will be long.
There's only one line because you're trying to get into the store.
Yeah. I mean, the 8's already come
It's not
out,
like,
so-
hey,
Yeah,
there's an
it's
8
like-
line and there's a 10 line. There's only one line. They're
But
not
this year-
asking you what you're gonna buy.
But this year, the devices were released at different times, so you had
Yeah,
different.
this year, but that
Yeah,
might not say the same. Suppose next year when they come up with the 9 and 11, then they decide that like, yeah,
Museum down
we're gonna release them together. Then what?
Then, well, you know, by then it already thought of Face ID and actually have production ready for it to be sold within that same time frame.
That's right. Watch.
We'll see.
If they stick with Face ID, that's the dumbest move you could make.
Well, I mean,
Face ID will never be able to be touched. Like, not in terms of speed. No way. No way.
well, I'll be honest. Like, it's not looking good. There've already been reports, saying Apple's not bringing back Touch ID. Now there's a report from like the Samsung Galaxy S9 saying that won't have it under the screen, and they'll be going face as well. So I'm like, what the hell is going on here? No, Vicky, this is not a good thing.
It's here to stay. Like at this point, it's either you adjust it or you.
No, but it's like it's a dumb move. Like, fingerprint reading is by far faster than facial, and we'll see that. It's always been, and it always will be.
You know, actually, when they
Exactly.
face and face
Like,
ID.
even in their demo, it was bad, and that's
That first
like
part was a hiccup, which was when they explained it kind of was
Mhm,
understandable.
sure.
Vicky,
But when they
when I
actually,
can unlock my phone as I'm pulling it out of my pocket.
exactly. It's way faster. It'll always be faster. Like, it just doesn't make any sense.
it is. I'm just saying, like when they had it up at the keynote, and when like it actually worked for like the second time, I was like the third time he tried. That you noticed from like the transition from the home screen, from the lock into the home screen was a bit slower than with Touch ID.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just
Especially the one that they have on the 7 and 8. Like I rest my finger on my thumb for like must be like couple like not even a full 1 second yet, and it was already unlocked. I was so impressed.
I was actually impressed with the Pixel 2's unlock speed. Like, the Thingham was just like tapping it literally, and it was unlocking. Like, he just literally tapped it and unlocked with his finger. I'm like, whoa! Like, literally just tapped it. I'm like, what?
And I mean, let's also take into effect the situation with Apple, well, the iPhone 10, and because of their actual quantity issue with production, they're saying they're gonna start reducing the security, well, the measure of security with the facial ID. Which, no, you're supposed to be doubling down on your security, not like halving it.
I think that's a bad move, especially
They've been making bad moves all year.
Especially, okay, like this is an extremely bad move, especially like after the Pixel 2 XL with their issues and how it's meaning the fact that people are spending X amount of money on this device and then going to like literally nitpick at it and like basically rip it to shreds. So I feel like that's going to be the
But
same.
Apple users don't rip the iPhone to shreds, and Android users aren't going to get an iPhone, so they're not going to rip it to shreds.
And the
So-
reviewers aren't going to do it either because they want to get into conferences.
Exactly. So no one's going to rip this phone to shreds. No one's going to rip this phone to shreds. Because iPhone users, they could literally take anything from y'all, and they'll say, oh, well, hey, remove this to improve y'all experience. And they'll be like, oh, thank you for removing the screen. Like, You guys would just be so excited, like, oh my god, like this is so innovative. Like they can remove anything, and you guys won't care, so it doesn't matter.
I think it differs. I feel like with people spending $1,000 on the phone, I think like I'd care if I'm spending $1,000 on this phone and you guys are not giving me the security that y'all promised me at the keynote. Like if y'all gonna decrease the security, you should decreasing the price.
That's not gonna happen.
No,
that is never gonna.
You're not
happen.
You're not buying the device for the features. You're buying it for their logo. That is literally what you're buying their device.
He's kind of got a point there.
For their logo.
Essentially, because the 10 and the 8 Plus line that far off was like in terms spec wise different.
No,
just
not at all.
You got
not
the
at
notch. All. The notch.
And then that stainless steel, bezel on the sides. It's gonna so bother me because if you don't have a case on your phone, when that touches against stuff, that's gonna become super scratched. Like I could already feel it.
Vicky,
that's why.
You do realize that this is a mainly glass phone, right?
On the sides, like how on the honey
glass scratches.
Well, yeah, that's not bad, but like on the sides here, like these little bezels here, it's like that stainless steel texture, and like it's the same thing on the higher end Apple Watches. So like,
that's fine. I want to get a scratch. Just get like a little one of those little metal brushes and just brush it. So the whole thing just looks brushed.
Yeah. That actually is a pretty good idea.
Yeah, that's the design.
That's customizing.
Brush metal.
Yeah.
Yeah, brush metal is the design.
It is.
But it's not. I want it to be just like at the factory.
Okay.
Vicky.
Then put a skin on it.
I can just get a case. Like with the smart people get a case.
Ugh. No, smart people use skins, not cases.
I like cases, especially the leather ones. It matches my iPad case.
It adds too much bulk. I don't like them. Personally.
Vicky, seriously though?
Yeah.
Like, you need to do something. Like you are too invested into Apple. Like
I'll
it
leave
is
alone.
unhealthy. It is unhealthy.
I'll leave alone.
She
won't let it be unhealthy. You will go up to a fat person and be like, "Hey, stop eating." No, that's rude.
But we're supposed to be her friends. Like you're supposed to like help your friend not get fat if you see them going down that way.
We always roast her appropriately, and that's it. If she don't learn, that's her life. I can't live her life for her.
I tried. I tried. Vicky, I see you going down a dark.
She ain't hurt no one.
She hurt in her pocket. Like she.
Pocket, that's hers.
She can spend $50 on Apple playing cards.
Yeah.
That's sad.
See, that's exactly my point.
They're collectible items. You never know when those things are going to go. Those things are going to be obsolete.
They are playing cards.
They're obsolete before.
But they're collectibles.
Hold on, Vicky. Many things that were collectibles from like decades ago are worthless now. Apple playing cards and so on and so forth, and notebooks and stuff.
That'd be so nice to just have in my house like on a stand.
What?
Wait, that's how you know that Apple does not respect their users. But like, hey, we're gonna make playing cards. It's nothing special about these. It's just ours. That's it.
Yeah, like have it on like a little stand, and I could have it next to my next to the
cards
Apple
have screens on all of them. Are these like
no, I think they have like different colors. You know, like how Apple had like their whole colorful moment with the iPods and so on. They have like, those colors on it.
These cards don't have no screens on them. You can't like change like the background dynamically because it's like that would be valuable. Like if you give me a bunch of cards with essentially screens, and I could like change how they look like from this like base, and I could like change all of them. That would be amazing. That would be pretty cool. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about normal old cards that you could print out on your computer at home.
But it's not going to be in the Apple packaging.
You could buy Apple packaging.
Vicky! Seriously?
So sad. So sad. She's literally now an Apple zombie. Like that is it.
Yes,
she's an Apple zombie.
Completely.
She's not a person. She's an Apple.
When I visit this Apple campus, I went, hey, y'all say nothing. I could just take pictures of y'all.
We won't care. We won't care.
It's so cool.
I don't want to go to Google's campus. I don't care.
The Apple campus is like so amazing. Like it's a store.
Campus is so amazing.
the store there is like, it's like things you can't find in any other Apple store.
And that's how ridiculous Apple is. They're like, you know what? On our campus, we'll put a store. Google doesn't have a store on their campus because their campus is about working.
Yeah, but then they have
their customers.
the Mac Cafe.
See, look how. Wait, y'all, they don't care about y'all. They.
Google offers free lunch for their employees.
I'll tell you this now, they don't care about y'all.
Apple lets you use Apple Pay for to buy your lunch on
Wow. Vicky, you need to do something like, as your friend, you need to get evaluated.
I think I am. I think our location has me very calm because I can't get the stuff that I want over here. So it's more like I gotta wait every year to purchase Apple stuff.
Chris,
like once a year.
I believe if Vicky actually ends up like going on the Apple line, like we won't ever see her again.
That's fine.
Bloop.
Oh, stop.
If she in heaven, if she in Apple heaven, then what you want me to do? I must
Snap.
tell her, oh, go to Apple heaven? Okay, she'd be happy.
Okay. If that's his reasoning, okay.
Let her be happy. You don't want to be happy? Wow.
Nice way to try to spin that back towards me. Okay. So, question, Vicky, since you really seem, heavily into Apple, how do you feel about what Apple's stance is looking like, at least so far, with their TV stuff? With pretty much where there's no nipples, even if it's a guy, and no violence at all. So, like, Game of Thrones, you're definitely not going there or anything like it.
I don't know. I like to see. I prefer, like, if the show is going to be like violent and gory and like raw, I prefer to see it raw than for you guys to like censor it.
Well, I mean, it seems like they just won't produce anything like that. Period. Because they're working with the movie. Well, the studios pretty much to produce their own TV shows.
I feel like I would still maybe like watch an episode or two, but I'm
a girl who still go watch all the anime this season, knowing that this entire season is trash, with little exception of one singular anime.
Hold on, no, that's not true. There are a few.
An anime this season.
One.
No.
What's this one you're calling? What's this
That's
one?
the magic one.
Oh, the
Animagus, some.
It's pretty much the one with the bride.
Oh, okay, I know what you're talking about.
But actually, no. Shokugeki no Soma's back.
I can't believe you calling it a Food Wars. Get out of here.
Food Wars is awesome.
Get out of here.
It is an awesome show. I love the first season. I love this season. I love the first and second and now the third season.
Of a trash anime.
It's not a trash animation. It is awesome.
It's just pure fan service. That's literally it.
Yes, it's pure food fan service. There's nothing wrong with that.
Not food. It's just pure fan service.
They tamed it down in the second and third seasons. They have.
We'll watch some Gordon Ramsay over that any day. Even American version of Gordon Ramsay, I'll watch over that any day.
Okay, what about Black Clover?
No, that is still. Listen, that first episode was terrible. Terrible.
It's the main character reminds me so much of Naruto and Natsu put together, especially like when he screams. I'm just like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Yes, the scream is annoying, but I must admit the last episode was kind of interesting.
Garbage.
Yep.
Literal. Like this entire season, wait, like just skip the season.
I don't know. I have some good anime this season, so I don't know what you're thinking about.
You watch everything trash.
Okay.
No.
And be completely fine with the Apple TV if the Apple TV only has trash.
Hold on. So what about Himoto? Umaru-chan are.
Wait, that's no. Come on, no. I'm tired of the little sister stuff. If you come up with little sisters, I'm not trash automatically.
Okay. What about the Sobish one?
Wait, what?
The one with the Boku no Kanjai ga.
I don't remember things by the Japanese name,
Show-
so you
okay.
call it off. You reminded me.
It's pretty much the guy who gets along with his class president or whatever they call him, and she's kind of a perv, and he's more of a straight man in the situation.
What kind of anime do you be interested in, Michael?
It is not ecchi. There's been no flashing of anything. It's just just
They just look
jokes.
for them.
It's
just
just
look for them.
no.
They just be like, oh, it's fine. And then when you start watching, you're like, wait, what is this?
No, I mean that one. I mean
Every time you watch
it's
their
more funny
recommended
than
anime,
anything.
Your parents just walk in the room and he's like, oh my god, like trying to like close on your laptop.
You'll be fine leaving your laptop open with that one.
Oh man. But yeah, Apple TV, nah, trash. No violence. Like, you know how much, listen, you could remove like 50% of the shows on normal cable television is already gone. Basic cable is already gone. At least 50%, boy.
I'd be trying to make it family oriented. Like they made it like
Can't even show Peppa Pig, boy. Because that show is savage. I don't know why they're showing it to the kids.
When you realize Chris is actually right about that, and holy crap.
They can't show Peppa Pig. They really can't. Like, they really can't. They said no violence. Like, nah, Peppa Pig's so savage. But yeah, he hang up on Susie, boy. Because Susie whistle. Oh my goodness. I don't know why they spread. I don't know why.
I mean, I kind of get the whole no nipple thing. Because, you know, equality
no, I don't.
and...
Free to nipple.
Because they are so...
family oriented.
Controlling?
No, yes.
Like they're very abusive. Apple is a very abusive company.
Yes.
They abuse their users all the time. And
Because-
abusers don't even realize they're victims.
Because they are so controlling, they, instead of, you know, saying, okay, we will allow women's nipples along with men's nipples, or just men's nipples, we will not allow any nipples.
They're gonna fall under the equality blanket though, which is fine. I give them a point for that. But they lose like 5,000 points for just removing the nipple completely, so.
I mean, you got anime where guys don't have no nipples.
They're not gonna let anime on that.
No, they're not going to do that. And
Anime
then
already, 50% anime already fall under porn on their criteria, so forget that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you have anime where the characters don't have any nipples, and it's more like, okay.
Vicky,
Like, they're already like,
they will not edit guys' nipples out of these TV shows just so there aren't any nipples. Like, they're just not going to do that.
You never know if that's the case, then Jeepers Apple just cancel that the appliance right now.
Vicky's actually saying to cancel something Apple?
Please, no. She could be right there watching it. Don't mind her. Don't mind her. She just saying, I said, you know, that they could have canceled it. And while she's saying that, she legit watching our show on the Apple TV while she's saying that. I'm like, what you doing? You're like, I want to watch it. I can't watch it. They're showing it. I might as well watch it. I already have it. So I might as well watch it.
Yeah.
See?
I mean, but if it's already there and it's shown like for free, then it's just like, oh, you know, I'm just gonna give it a try, see how it is, and then that's it.
Oh, that's it. See how it is. I'm gonna finish this season. You know, see how it is.
I think I watched. Oh man, what's the one that they have their car playing podcast thing that they have? You never saw it? Where they drive around celebrities in the car and like, you know.
You mean the talk show? That's on
think
national
so.
TV? That has
It's on
absolutely
TV?
nothing to do with Apple?
There's one that comes on and like where these people are driving in the car with celebrities.
Yeah.
That's
And
it?
it's a dude that's driving, right?
Yes, that have nothing to do with Apple?
Not
So I
a damn thing.
They advertise that like they got something to do with them.
They don't have anything, man.
So,
And you just
Like-
buy it up. Just eat it up. Yeah, that's right.
that's
Ain't
the
no
reason
question.
why she wants it, because it has something to do with Apple.
I felt like it had something to do with at least Apple Music because like they advertise it so much.
That's probably one of their sponsors, if anything.
But yeah, like I think I watched a few episodes of that.
Hold on, wait. Where'd you watch it? YouTube?
No, Apple
Yeah.
TV. She has one. Wait, oh. Don't you have Apple TV?
So,
Okay.
you saw the Apple Music on an ad while watching that video?
No, it's just like, oh man, what did I see it? I think I saw like a banner, you know, like on iTunes, they have like these little banners on the iTunes store. I think I saw a banner there and like it had the Apple Music little logo at the bottom. I think it was also on their Apple YouTube channel, if I remember correctly.
I think that's just a generic ad you saw. That's not really particular
Yeah.
to the episode or the show.
And it just tracked you because you're all about
Yeah.
Apple.
Yep, pretty much.
So,
Well,
yeah.
fine.
I don't think they have anything to do at all with Apple. Actually, now that I think about it, Apple doesn't really sponsor people.
Yeah, they do.
Who?
Apple.
Ah,
Okay. I can let that one slide. Okay, so since we're kind of into the whole adult stuff, Patreon. Apparently they are cracking down on people who are using Patreon, which is a donation-based service. You know, you go there, you donate to whoever it is for the creative purposes, and typically it helps out people like journalists and photographers and streamers, artists, that kind of thing. But there are the people who, and yes, there are some streamers that I'm apparently now being made aware of that use this as a means to, or you know, other people show off other assets to their community if you donate. And, well, if you
Webcam
subscribe.
shows.
Webcam shows or pictures or videos, that kind of thing. And apparently Patreon, which kind of had a gray line before, which was they allowed tasteful nudity or artistic nudity and, you know, things along that line. But for the longest time there were those kind of things allowed, and so now they're apparently cracking down and saying no more, and they're banning people and so forth. And I know there's been an outcry about it because now it seems like they are now joining under the branch of people that, well, branch of companies that are not allowing things like that, or some people seeing them more as sex workers. I don't know. What do you guys?
Technically, they are.
Yep.
Webcam models are sex workers, yeah.
So, I don't know. Like, what do you guys really think about that kind of stuff? Like, and how Patreon's handling it?
I'm completely against censorship. I don't think it's something that, I mean, personally, I'm like, as long as people aren't doing anything illegal, they aren't hurting anyone else, let them do what they're doing. Like, I mean, it doesn't hurt your platform, you know?
taking bread out there someone's mouth.
Exactly. But at the same time, I mean, they're allowed to do whatever they want to do. If they decide that, hey, look here, we don't want this on our platform, then that's their choice. And so, I mean, I don't know what you want to fight. But I mean, I guess you could say like, hey, don't do this. But I mean, they've already made their stance clear. There's like, this is our position on this. They have always been against pornography. So that is a form of pornography. So of course they're gonna like crack down on it. They used to, of course, go for, like you said, like tasteful nudity. That's not tasteful nudity. That's straight up porn. So they're gonna crack down on it. I mean, it makes sense. It's fair. That's always been their stance. So it's not like anything's changed. The only thing that's changing is they're saying, no, look, yeah, remember this, what we said? Yeah, we're serious about this. So we're gonna show you that we're serious.
It's 7 o'clock.
Is that Vicky?
Yeah, I was like,
I knew it.
That's
Okay.
fake Jarvis.
Okay. So Vicky, you have any thoughts about it, or you pretty much just agree?
I kind of sort of agree. The same thing with Chris, and at the same time, it's kind of like you taking bread out of people's mouths. 'Cause now it's like some people out of a job and they probably don't know how to do anything else but be sex workers. So now they got to try and find something else. And
You'll always find something else.
I mean,
The belly of the internet.
I mean, like, I'd rather somebody be like a sex worker and, like, sell like some videos of like webcams and so on, than for them actually be outside hustling on the streets, per se. I mean, that's kind of like a pro of it if you look at it that way.
They do both a lot of times.
It's overtime. Anyway, yeah, so like I feel like that's how it is, and at the same time, I gotta agree with Chris when Chris said that the company is like being serious about deciding to do certain things now. It's kind of like the government enforcing a law and then not really saying it, and then like all of a sudden it's like, what, we're going to be serious about this law and we're going to start breaking down on persons doing this, yada yada.
Not really. It's more like, hey, we have this belief, but we don't have a law on DAC. But hey, remember this belief that we said we have? Yeah, we're gonna make a law about that now. That's more akin to what it's like. And the government is like, I mean, you choose your government. You can choose not to use Patreon. The only alternative for the government is to leave the country. so I mean, yeah. But they have the right to do whatever they want to do. But kind of sucks, but.
Okay, so we're changing topics completely, and I'm gonna go over to Android. Apparently, Android 8.1 developer preview has been released, and so of course a bunch of people who have devices that can run it are switching over just to see what it's about. And there are some interesting features. Personally though, I think one of the more popular ones for me is, well, how should I put it? The fact that you can now see the Bluetooth battery level. The light and dark themes no longer being exclusive to the Pixel 2, which means, everyone can get it now. And that apps can only make one notification per second, and posts do not disturb notification sound spam is now fixed. I don't know about you, Chris, or if you've had a chance to really look over them.
No, I didn't.
Those are my top 3 real issues, especially since with my phone, Twitter, anytime I get a notification, it dings off twice for whatever reason.
I just disabled Twitter notifications. I was like I love that now that I could just master, like, select the app, like, oh, this app's options for notifications. Yeah, just don't accept any. Just block all of them.
I don't know, like, because people still message me and stuff, I don't want to turn it off. And
no one messages me on Twitter, so I guess it's fine.
That's what happens when you only have your Twitter account to lurk.
Yep.
He's completely fine with that, though.
Pro tip. Lurk accounts. Pro tip.
You gotta be active.
I'm very active.
As a lurker.
I actively lurk.
Okay. There are other features. Like, they apparently are redesigning the power menu, which for whatever reason still only has power and restart. There's no airplane mode, which completely gets me.
That's the one on the side, right? I like that. Like when you just tap it and the little bar comes out on the side.
Yeah, you could probably wait like next 2 generations and Apple get it too. Don't worry.
Yep. I'm okay with that. I barely turn my phone off, so I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I don't ever turn my phone off, actually. Like, something has to be going wrong with my phone for me to turn it off.
Technically, you're supposed to turn it off every so often.
That's nice.
when you do like little resets, it's not turning off and on, so like that's my so often right there.
I even rarely reset. Like, literally, my phone has to be running slow for me to reset it. Otherwise, I'm not gonna bother.
Yeah.
Or they force me to update. When I update, I have to restart. So
Ah, yes, that too.
it's the only time when I restart.
Sad. Another feature is apparently the settings now has a colored navigation bar that dims, and also settings you can now. What?
Colors.
Yes, colors.
That I'm muted on the Pixel 2. Oh yeah.
Well, Pixel 2 XL.
Yeah, Pixel 2 XL. You're right.
Have to get that right, you know, separation between Samsung and LG with their panels and everything like that.
Wait, they drop a whole ad, boy. About their screen,
Samsung should not have done that. Samsung is wrong for that. Like, holy
what do you mean they're
crap.
off it up? Wait, that is hilarious. But like, I ain't gonna, like,
I like the funny.
Samsung to do is to legit just push out their flagship with stock Android as option. Literally, that's it.
Yeah.
If they did that, I'll buy Samsung in a heartbeat. I really would. Samsung listens to their users. They are literally the only people who putting out sensible hardware on the market right now. And my only gripe with them is software. Literally, my only gripe with them is software. Hands down, my only gripe with Samsung is software. Stock Android on a Samsung phone is my dream phone. Well, I shouldn't say dream phone. That's a bit much. But I would buy it. That's a bit much. Dream phone is a bit much.
I'll remember that. I will remember that.
They ain't gonna have to do that, man. They invest so much into their own software. It's ridiculous.
I mean, they did it before. You never know.
And it flopped. They ain't doing it no more.
They have a lot of, like, lower-end phones that flop, and they still bring them back or renew them or whatever.
Yes, they could.
Exactly.
But to launch a flagship and be like, this flagship is running stock Android, they're never gonna do that. They have Bixby. That alone means they're not gonna do that.
That's true. That is true. Another, I don't know if you would call this feature, but apparently it's more like an Easter egg. The Android Oreo is now, like, they have its own little logo. It looks like a double stuffed Oreo. With with the Android on top of it.
Because when you realize that the Android is a girl, no.
Yeah, and this icon actually has the generic Android boyish, not the female one.
Girl? Oh my gosh.
Oreo is a girl.
Oh, okay.
All of them are girls, don't mind this guy.
You have all of them looking the same, and then bam, there's one with hair and like boots.
Don't judge them.
And everything like that.
You can't judge them. How do you, just because they don't have hair all of a sudden now they're not girls?
Chris, have you...
Girls can shave their head, you know.
Chris, that's like saying
That's
they're
still...
female minions.
Well, we already know the minions are male. No one said, like, everyone's like, yep, these minions are male.
Yeah, no one said it, but we all know that they're guys.
Because they voice people. Hey, listen, don't judge them either.
Minions? That's a very high pitch.
See? You got one saying deep, one saying high.
I like their voices are deep.
Like, so you know, one's got an innie, one's got an outie. Anyway.
Don't judge them.
Vicky, why your mouth drop open?
I was looking at I was looking at the Android Oreo icon. I don't like this female one. And you know how it became a female?
Wonder Woman?
It's because they put the next side of the Oreo cookie with the white stuffing on the back.
Are you saying that she's supposed to be full of white stuffing?
Listen, it's already double stuffed, so okay.
Yeah, that could be her. From the photo that I'm seeing now, you can see like the cookie in front of her, like for her body area, and like her face white, and like the back, like it's completely like a circle in the back of her head. So I'm assuming that's like kind of like the Oreo.
Well, that's
like
supposed to be her hair, I believe.
Yeah, the cookie, the back of the Oreo cookie is her hair, and like her face is the stuff.
You know how we know it's a girl? Because they said it's a girl.
They did.
They legit said it's a girl. Not going from images. That's why I said don't judge anyone. You can't judge those other minions or the other androids because no one's ever said what their gender was. but they said that she is a she. So that's how we know.
She looks like a she.
So
Oh,
if she
God.
didn't look like a she, then what?
She wouldn't have that second cookie in the back of her head.
Oh, so
I
you,
think that's really
so
what
women
it is.
can't have cookies in the back of their head now.
Men can't have cookies in the back of their heads. Men can't have long hair. Rip you, Michael. Because I look like a cookie in the back of your head. A bitten cookie, but a cookie nonetheless.
Hey, hey, you know what? I will enjoy a cookie any day.
Oh man, I'm sure you would.
For those who are probably too young to understand that, talk to your parents.
First of all, you didn't even say that. You just put it as is. Oh man.
Man, they have a wallpaper with her like giving cookies to the boy, androids.
Yeah, she giving cookies all right.
No,
Keeping it PG-13, I am.
Identify this literal. It's a literal blob, and you're sexually objectifying it.
Hold
Literal
on.
blob.
So, Chris, answer me this: why the very first technical cookie dessert name that they give? It has
is
to be
a
female.
Mm-hmm.
Being sexually objectified as female. Y'all did it.
Chris,
Y'all did it.
cookie is
Cookies
a
are innocent.
pseudonym
Children
for
love
something
cookies.
else.
Cookies are innocent. Children love cookies.
Chris does not want to admit
Okay.
this. Chris does not want to admit this.
Y'all are sexist. Sexist.
It's not sexist. It has a pseudonym for something else,
Objectifying.
which is only belonging to women.
A literal just icon. Oh my god. For shame.
Moving on then. Apparently Android system notifications are also getting a Oreo icon. So right where it will say like Google is sending this notification or Android's actually just, you know, Android system notification to say it's finishing an Android update or something like that. It's going to have like a little white Oreo looking thing, which looks weird.
Oh, the white circle?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that
apparently
does look weird.
yeah, it does. It doesn't look like an Oreo to me at all.
No, I feel like that's supposed to be like a do not disturb, like something's going on there.
Exactly.
Like I'm picturing like a red circle with like a little line to tell me that something's wrong.
But yeah, so I mentioned the settings was getting a search bar, which means you can now search through settings, which I thought I already had. So that's kind of weird. The sRGB toggle has been removed from developer options, so you can't use that picture color mode thing anymore, which kind of sucks because it was more accurate with colors. Keep Wi-Fi on during sleep has been removed, which I never used anyway, so I'm completely fine with that.
Joe?
Huh?
I didn't know you guys have that feature. It's interesting.
Yeah. See, you guys are catching up with stuff. You just have to admit that.
Now we don't even have to turn your Wi-Fi off on Control Center.
Exactly. Exactly.
Oh my god. I was not ready.
I wasn't ready for that either, but I love how she just like will roast herself at times.
That's what it is. I mean, like I love Apple and all, but you gotta call them out on their BS sometimes.
Just all the time.
As Vicky stays quiet. Status bar icons are now a little bit rounded and have padding to the left and right, so it gives them some spacing between other ones. And apparently this is also enabling the visual core chip that's inside the Pixel 2 devices. Meaning, you know, that AI chip that was kind of inside there that wasn't turned on for whatever reason. Yeah, now it's enabled and developers can also use it to enhance the pictures that their apps can also take now. So I'm guessing more than likely that's also going to start somehow making its way down to other Google devices.
Okay.
You can now hide the running in the background notifications without a third-party app, which, thank the Lord, because that is annoying. Just because, you know, you've got something like LastPass or something that's just continuously running and it's like always there saying, hey, yeah, I'm here. I don't need to know you're there. Seriously. And so far, wallpaper-based themes include tinted notification and power menu shadows. Which is... not really.
You guys have some nice wallpapers though, I must admit. The wallpapers are really nice this year.
Our home screens are way better than Apple's.
Yep.
I mean, Apple's home screens has been the same for how much years?
Apple has been the same. The iPhone has been the same for how many years? Like the X is the first time they're changing their look.
And that's why people are going crazy.
Pretty much.
I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait till we see the pre-orders tomorrow. I really just want to see the backlog, you know. That's all I want to see.
It's gonna be an issue, regardless of anything. But I mean, if you want to see chaos in the
Issue?
world,
Nah. It'll just make it more exclusive.
Yep. I feel
It's
like
not gonna be an issue.
I feel like the sales for the iPhone 8 will go up.
If it was Android, it would be issue. But it's not Android, it's Apple. And Apple users will accept that, oh, I don't have this phone because it's so exclusive. But when I get the phone, that means I'm going to be part of a special club.
But when you get the phone, it's going to be like halfway in the middle next year and they're about to have a new phone release.
Oh.
It's just like...
Still would have joined a special club. And then when the new phone's released, guess when y'all going to have it? The next part of the other year after that.
I feel like next year they're probably going to improve with production. They're going to know, like, show on next year how to do with production.
No, they won't. They'll just know what they can tell y'all.
they will have had time to get
lip
accustomed
service.
to do that. Yeah.
Maybe
You
next
know, like
year,
that abusive boyfriend who always say, I'll do better next time?
and it never does better.
Yeah, that's Apple.
You know, maybe next time we'll actually have 100% accuracy for Face ID.
Maybe next time the abusive boyfriend won't cheat on you.
Well, the tough girl out there.
Well then, was not expecting that quite quickly. Go on.
Oh, I was just want to say the wallpapers for the Pixel 2 are really nice. I like those. Especially that live one where, like, if you zoom in, like, you can see the person on the beach walking. That was really neat. I was impressed.
Yeah, too bad the Pixel 2 XL has muted colors.
You and these muted colors, like, seriously. They've, like, how many people are saying, like, that's gonna be just a software fix?
But oh, yeah, it will be, so who cares? Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, well, let me change that then. Well, it's a shame that all their wallpapers are gonna have a blue tint on it when you shift when you look at the phone at an angle. How about that? That's not gonna get fixed. That's gonna stay the same forever.
Hey, didn't you notice that
And there's a chance that if you zoom in,
I was thinking the same. I feel like once you pick up that phone and use it every day, you wouldn't even notice that.
don't worry about it.
Like a
Once
certain
you zoom
person
in
who
on
had
those
blue
live
tint
pictures,
on
right?
his.
But yeah, for real, but it's not as bad as other phones. Like that's what they're saying. They're saying that the blue tint is bad. Like it's very noticeable and very bad. They're not saying that it's not present on the phones. They're just saying that it's very, very noticeable on the XL. But yeah, when you get the live wallpaper, and you zoom in, you're like, oh man, it's really grainy. It's not sand. Oh man.
Chris
That's how the
XL.
XL people could be. Oh man. Well, she buy this phone anyway.
Pretty much. Actually, you know what, Vicky? A few episodes ago, I had asked you to do a battery test to see how long your battery would last without Bluetooth.
Bluetooth. Yes. Okay.
What's the comparison?
Well, usually when I'm at work, which is like most of the week, I don't really use my phone. It's usually on standby, and I would be on my computer most of the time because I have a top on my computer. So I used my phone with Bluetooth for one day, and my usage was 2 hours and 6 minutes, and my standby time was like 10 hours and 17 minutes. And my battery percentage was at 78%, and that was like since the last charge. Then I used it without Bluetooth for a day. My usage was, I think I used it more this day. My usage was 6 hours and 6 minutes, and then my standby time was 14 hours and 9 minutes. And my percentage was at 35% for the end of that day. But I did notice that my phone without Bluetooth lasted longer than it would have with Bluetooth on. Yep.
So pretty much I was right with my assumption.
Essentially. But like, I'm so accustomed to always having it on, I don't really feel like the battery drain.
Because your battery's always draining.
It's just so convenient to like constantly just have like all my devices have Bluetooth on. I feel like
You know
it's
what's
so
convenient?
What?
Having a phone that's actually on.
Well, my computer's on, so
Rip.
Yeah, but if it's on and then like if Bluetooth's on, your battery's draining, then it's guess what? It's gonna be off soon because you're gonna run out of juice. Or you have to charge.
Well, that too.
So-
There's multiple ways, and then like at the same time, I have my mail app to like constantly refresh in the background within like I think every 15 minutes.
In iOS 12, they're gonna remove the turn off Bluetooth function from the control center.
But we don't have that either.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. Wi-Fi, data, Bluetooth, none of it
It just
works.
disconnects. I don't know. Like I honestly feel like they purposely did that. I don't even know if like right now at this present point, I don't even know if that's a bug because they haven't addressed it at all. So I feel they purposely
Working
did
as
that.
intended. Of course it is. They don't. I already tell y'all they don't like y'all. They don't like y'all as users. They just sell
And
their
if you
products.
don't, like, I feel that's such a simple fix. Like, just allow people to 3D touch on the, like, whatever function you want to go to, and it prompts you to settings. Instead of me having to go to settings, then go to Wi-Fi, and then turn it off.
And why do they call it 3D touch? Like, it's so spectacular. It's not none
So the
spectacular.
Apple gotta give it a special name.
It's literally just pressure sensitive touching. Pressure touch.
Like,
Literally, that's it.
what would they call it?
Wacom tablets have had that for years.
HD display? They have to give it a good name.
Now, I've got... Whoa. Okay. I've got a question. Really, Vicky? Really? I've got a question for y'all. What do you guys think when it comes to, well, Skype and video conferencing stuff? Because I mean, okay, when Chris, you were part of this. During our last Esports Wrap show, we tried to get on Skype for one moment, and then found out that Skype was having problems worldwide, and you couldn't either log in, make a call, or do video, or something along those lines. Do you guys think things like Skype will last the next, say, 1 or 2 years, or will things like Discord and Slack become the mainstay?
They're just kind of the same at this point. So what do you mean things like, what's the differentiator between those things?
Okay.
Because they're kind of the same. They both offer video services. They both offer chatting.
Okay, so Skype is more heralding from the times of like MSN Messenger, Yahoo Messenger.
So will Skype survive, pretty much? Will
For the
Skype
most
survive?
part, yeah.
No, Skype won't survive. Do you know why?
Why?
Because Microsoft owns them.
I mean, Minecraft survived.
Wait, what?
Minecraft survived.
What's Minecraft?
Look, Minecraft, the game.
Wow.
Minecraft haters.
Wow.
Like kids game? Oh yeah, kids are still playing it because kids will play anything.
We've got adults playing that game too.
Seriously, we had adults playing Minecraft.
Yes,
Big
big kids, big grown-ass kids.
Own kids, okay. Once we establish that the kids are not adults, yeah, sure.
Kids at heart. And only at heart.
Completely kids. Oh man.
I mean, we've got adults playing things like Roblox and making games on Roblox and making.
Adults are like My Little Pony, which is okay. So.
I won't lie, Roblox is rather.
No, like you play Minecraft. You can't hit or knock anything else.
I'm not hitting and knocking Roblox. I'm gonna say that it's rather addicting.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Like I have an account and I usually play with my nephew if he asks me to.
Oh, you know what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna say it makes sense because you play Minecraft anyway. So.
Yep. And like he was during the summer. Like he was playing this game where you had to find a murderer on Roblox. And this was like, ooh, this is kind of interesting. Like I ready to install Roblox on my computer and play this. It's like I had to like, you know, find like a pause moment.
Animal Crossing?
Me too. I was waiting from last year for that. It's about time.
Meanwhile, Chris won't be able to get it from the store directly, but I can.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
I'll still have it.
I couldn't find it on the Apple Store, you know. I mean, on the App Store. Like it's not even there for me to like say notify when it's available.
That means right, we can get it first.
Pretty
if we
much.
get it first,
Yeah.
I'd be sending you with all type of screenshots, but I ain't gonna lie.
I would, yeah. Like that sounds like that's gonna be y'all will get it first. Look how they're doing it. They're doing it the other way around. So
I can make a character in your name, and I'll spam be like, "This could have been you."
Well, we got someone inside chat saying, well, Nally saying that Minecraft is awesome, and he's an adult.
Huh? See?
Minecraft is for kids.
No, it's not. I think Minecraft is so fun.
I mean, it definitely has its points. Like, you can... people have literally built really amazing things inside there.
2015.
Okay, you're only looking at the PvE aspect of it. What about the building aspect? People have quite literally built amazing things.
Amazing stuff, exactly.
Because people are creative. That doesn't mean the platform itself is amazing.
Okay,
It's fun.
that's
Like,
part of it.
I learned so much from Minecraft.
It's literally a kid's game.
No, it's not. It's learning too.
Yeah, who do you teach? Kids, primarily.
Yeah, well, I learned something from Minecraft when I'm, well, I guess my age would be considered an adult age. So
that doesn't mean it's targeted towards you.
He's kind of got a point. He's kind of got a point there.
Like, I'm not saying it's not a great game. I'm saying the game is for kids. The game is a kid game. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, but like, so
say
is
Legos
Pokemon.
are kids.
Legos are for
Exactly.
kids. Legos are literally the kryptonite, literally adult kryptonite. You ever stepped on a Lego?
Yes.
Okay, that's horrible. More likely to step
Lego?
on
Yes, I
Legos.
do.
Adults are
Lego
more likely to
goes
step
up
on.
to age 99. Or the
Chris.
90.
People who have, like, you know, consoles. Who are their consoles targeted for?
I'm
Kids.
sorry, those games are rated M for adults.
Not all of them.
Mature audiences
Not
only.
all of them.
But no, it's not about the console, it's about the game you play on the console. So if the console only has a bunch of kid games and like kiddie games, like you're not gonna get a Leapfrog, are you? No, you're not. Why? Because it's made for kids. That's why.
I mean, Nolly's bringing up his own point, saying that kids can't program and use.
What are
Sorry.
you talking about? Have you seen some of the stuff 7-year-olds have made on Minecraft? They've made crazy stuff on Minecraft. We're not talking about programming. We're talking about like the people who make the games. They can program. They're adults. Yeah, adults make the game, but they're making it with a certain audience in mind. Minecraft, not all games are for kids. Because like I said, Grand Theft Auto is not for kids. It's rated M. Like we have like games are made for different sets of people.
Like
For
kids
sure.
play I'd say Minecraft. Kids play Grand Theft Auto
That
though.
doesn't mean that it was intended for them. I'm not saying that, oh, they can't play it. I'm saying that the game wasn't made for them. Auto clearly has M rated on it for adults. Mature audiences only. Minecraft was made for kids.
But
It
it
was.
was everyone.
Yeah, okay, great. I'm not talking about the rating right now. I'm talking about what it's made for. It was is intended for kids. So
Okay, so I think we really and truly can't really argue with Chris and like who it was made for, but the fact still remains: adults are using it, and they're
So?
using it to do these amazing things.
So, great for them.
So therefore, my point still stands that it's lasting, even though Microsoft owns it. So isn't that like a point there?
No, I'm pretty sure I need to see the user bases. I'm pretty sure the user base is way more heavily in kids than it is adults. I'm pretty sure it is.
Probably.
I'm pretty sure the user population is way heavily more kids than adults.
So
It's lasting. That's my point. My point is it's lasting because of kids, not adults.
The Pocket Edition for Minecraft has been the #1 app downloaded on the App Store for years, and I'm still
because you can download it and give it to a kid and keep that kid occupied.
Yep.
I would do it too. That's a great plan.
Vicky, you're not helping your situation. I want you to know that.
My whole point is kids are driving this thing.
Like it's still #1.
Kids, like, why do you think there's such a big push for movies to try to get that PG-13 rating? Because they don't want to alienate the kid traffic. They don't want to say that kids can't come in this movie. That's why they push for PG-13 movies instead of R-rated, even though the R-rated would be way better.
Hold on.
I don't know. I enjoy some PG-13 movies.
I do as well.
But some movies would be better off rated R, and we know that, like, from Deadpool. Like,
Yeah.
Deadpool, Logan, I mean, they're just better off rated R. X-Men is one of those movies that would just be better off rated R. But they're not going to do it because they don't want to remove the teen audience. No one hurt you. No game disappointed me. Minecraft disappointed me. But I'm not saying it's a horrible game. I'm saying the game was made for kids. And like why people get so upset about that is not, I don't know. I'm literally saying the game was made for kids. Like,
So in
do
other
you feel
words-
some type of way because you like a kid game? Then that's on you. I'm sorry.
The game is still an amazing game. It's just basically made for kids.
Okay.
No, I'm gonna have to save this
I don't
recording.
know if it's amazing. I don't know if it's amazing. It's not amazing.
I'm gonna have to save this recording for when I need this again.
You know, Vicky, just in a few days, well, in about a day or two, you could fully expect this to be on the podcast. So you can just download that and keep that like that.
I shall download this.
Why? It was made for kids. It was made for kids.
No,
You're
I
never
mean,
gonna see
you
me playing
guys,
Minecraft.
I've seen so much of y'all like bash Minecraft, and I'm like, now it's all it's an amazing game. It's just made for kids.
No, it's not amazing.
Poop.
I don't like Minecraft. I personally don't like Minecraft.
Have you tried it?
And the thing is, like, my favorite part about The Sims was literally building stuff. That was like, I would literally play The Sims, not to like mess around with the different Sims. I would play The Sims literally to like build a bunch of houses. So I'd go in and like build like a bunch of houses and rooms and stuff like that, whatever, and like populate it. And that's what I did on The Sims. And so I like building stuff. I didn't like Minecraft.
I'm not a big Sims fan, but I like Minecraft.
Nah. I mean, I've given up on The Sims already because I'm like, Sims, once you played one, that's it. I mean, there's nothing else really to play. Like, they come out with new Sims, and I was like, why? Okay. Oh, yeah, these all features. Still the same game.
So, actually, now that I think about it, we really deviated from the original topic.
Yeah, we talk about Skype.
And Minecraft, I mean, not
Minecraft.
Minecraft, and Microsoft earning, and Microsoft earning companies.
Your only reasoning for Skype dying off is because Microsoft owns it.
That's not my only reason, no. That's my first reason.
And then I'm assuming that your second reason is going to be
Second reason, Skype
competition.
has done nothing innovative, whereas all these other companies are doing innovative stuff. Discord, in and of itself, has been innovative from the start, and they constantly do updates all the time. And Discord's customer service, hands down, is way better than Skype's ever will be. Hands down. Like, Discord is literally amazing. Like, hands down. And then you have Skype that has so much competition. Skype is up against FaceTime, which it's never gonna beat. WhatsApp is now doing video. Discord is doing video. Twitch is doing video. Like, everyone's doing video now. So like Skype is just like that's what y'all did. Skype, y'all just did video, and now y'all have all these other companies who are doing it just as good, or if not better than you. So I mean, I don't know what people should expect. Like, yeah, see, even Nali says it. Like, Skype died because of WhatsApp. Like, I mean, why? Like, why bother with Skype when you have so much other better, easier ways to video call someone? Snapchat. I mean, come on. Like, wow. Like, there's just so much. And Snapchat dying. And Snapchat probably, like, even beating down Skype too. So it's like, what should they do to improve? Close down.
Wow. Really, Chris? Like, holy crap.
Oh, hi. Chris, like them people that was upset of the last update that they did during the summer, where it had like all them colors and so on. It's not like them people. Oh.
Honestly, for me, I think Skype really needs to take a look at the way how they were trying to move forward. So, for example, they went with the whole Windows 10 element of it, which completely looked like a piece of garbage, and took away from elements of it. So you just have the older version of Skype that many people are preferring to use rather than the new version, so that's already a problem. Secondly, you're not really holding on to people. Sure, you've got the people who would have switched over from MSN or Windows Live Messenger. Great, but I mean, for the most part, most of those people left those messengers just because of Skype's existence anyway.
Like Nali said, Skype charges to call internationally. Every single other video or calling app lets you do for free.
Yep.
Well, I think what Nali's talking about, and Nali, please correct me.
Call the numbers.
Right, calling the numbers, which we can't do in something like Discord or Twitch or any other thing.
Oh,
like
WhatsApp?
Okay. You can.
WhatsApp.
Yeah.
WhatsApp.
WhatsApp and FaceTime. Yeah, you can.
Yep. So it's like, I mean, those two apps alone are just killing. Like, they're dead in the water on the mobile front. Like, there's no way they're gonna ever top WhatsApp, or well, they might be able to top WhatsApp, but there's no way they'll ever be able to touch FaceTime. Like, that's dead in the water completely on iPhones. So they can forget that. There's so many options on mobile though. They're gonna have a hard time fighting on mobile, even against WhatsApp, because while they can possibly, maybe it's a small slim chance they can top WhatsApp, I highly doubt it. Because WhatsApp is competing with Apple and they're trying to keep up with FaceTime, which Skype isn't even trying to do. And then on desktop, you have Twitch, you have Discord, and Discord is literally updating that thing like every other month. I feel like there's a big update for Discord. Like, that's how I feel. And they're not going to be able to keep up with that. They've never been able to keep up with that. And I've never been annoyed when my Discord updates. Every time Skype updates, I'm annoyed. Every single time. Like, without fail. Whenever Skype updates, I'm like, oh my god, again, why? And then when Discord updates, I'm like, oh yes, let me see what you all added. And then they have like a bunch of little fun stuff, whatever. And, like, even the little like pop up, like, oh, here's what we added. Like,
Yeah.
it's so fun to read, right? So it's like I don't care. Like, I don't care. Like, they've made updating fun. And whereas Skype is like, no, Skype is really because like I use it just because it's there. But Discord is just by far just so superior. Like, why would you even bother looking at Skype unless you had to? So
now,
Why?
I think also Skype started having problems when Google Hangouts came about. 'Cause...
Naughty boy nerd.
Wow, really, dude? I mean, Skype is the standard, but people are going beyond the standard now. They're improving upon it. So when you really look at it, when the standard gets improved on, it's no longer the standard.
Yeah, boy, Discord. Yeah, boy.
And I mean, let's really take a look at it. Google Hangouts. It allows you to actually have 10 people on. Well, it was a 10 or 15.
Right.
Yeah, 10 or 15 people could have a video call at the same time. Plus, it also allowed you to call people on their cell phones or give them a phone number for them to call in and be part of it without the video element to it. So they're already getting competition from that. And granted, you know, Hangouts is now becoming more of an enterprise thing. But at the same time, it's just like the step away from Discord and places like that maybe starting to do it. Especially since more and more people are starting to use them.
Like this, who is this? Mr. Wan. Like Mr. Wan says, I don't think Skype lost the battle. They did. Somehow I think Skype is still pretty standard. They're not. They're below standard now. Because like I said, just FaceTime right now is the standard because everyone's looking for that. FaceTime isn't really innovative anymore. It's literally the standard. Like that's what people expect. When they hear you have a video calling app, they expect it to work like FaceTime. Like that's just what they expect now. So it is Skype is doing what it's supposed to do, but what it's supposed to do just isn't good enough anymore because everyone else is doing more than what it's supposed to do. I mean, just the mere fact that they're scraping along and trying to like, I don't know, they have a lot of, to me, the updates that Skype has done recently has been a lot of desperate grabs because they know that they're just losing. Like, people are choosing to use other things. Like, I think what's keeping Skype right now is probably the business community. Yeah. And even then, I think that, yeah, right, FaceTime is not everywhere. But at the same time, WhatsApp is everywhere. And WhatsApp is taking over a lot. And especially since people now are moving more towards mobile versus desktop, you're going to find that once people it's inevitable because people are moving more towards mobile. And you can look at anyone who does like website analysis, they'll tell you that their mobile traffic has increased significantly and their desktop traffic has decreased significantly. Mobile is all over the place, and mobile is literally like the way the world is turning. And there's no way you're going to top FaceTime. There's no way you're going to top WhatsApp. And you're going to have either of those. Like in India, WhatsApp is huge. WhatsApp is probably there. India is probably WhatsApp is like #1 consumer base right now. And that's a lot of people. So Skype already lost India. Like, what? Like, oh, man.
And
so...
Sorry, go on.
So, I mean, it's just when you're competing with that and when everyone's moving mobile, like, once Skype loses the business people, that's going to be it for Skype. Because I believe the business people are really the only thing that's keeping Skype going right now.
Like for me, if it wasn't for this, show, like I probably wouldn't even have Skype installed on my laptop. I won't lie. And then at the same time, like all the updates y'all be getting, I don't be getting them. Like I feel like Skype, like the Mac OS Skype, has been the same since I was in high school. Like nothing.
Since 2000.
Now, I will say this. Skype for this show has always been the consistent, except for that one time when it just did not want to let us on for the show. Like when people were having issues with their webcams or their audio or this, that, and the next, we could have always fall back to Skype because we knew it worked. Granted, it wasn't what we wanted to use, but it worked.
That's because we already had Skype set up and we're trying a new platform with new devices, that's all. Because remember, Discord worked the second time, remember? There was no issues, audio or anything like that on Discord the second time.
That's true.
So it was just a matter of setting stuff up because there were no issues with it. So
also, Nally, Mr. Juan is actually right. Like, there are places that don't have FaceTime because Apple just hasn't enabled it for the certain regions. Just like how certain places don't have iMessages or Apple Pay or stuff like that.
Because Apple don't care about their users!
Like, I still have Apple Pay, and I'm just like... I mean, either way,
you couldn't use that here anyway, so I don't know why you're sucking your teeth.
Yeah, but I like to have that option. Like, give me the option.
You could have the option to do what?
You're not gonna have an option because there's no option here to use it.
But I just like to have it on my phone.
To do what?
Look at?
Oh,
to rub it? So you can look at your phone and just be like, oh, precious.
So, like, if I go in the States, like, if I want to go away and I want to, leave my wallet at the hotel or so on, I go in the store, they just like, oh, here you go.
Does Apple Pay connect to PayPal?
I'm not sure. I'm not able to use it, so, like, every time I hear Apple Pay, it's just...
Sure, it connects to banks, and if it connects to banks, that means you still won't be able to use it because you don't have an American bank account.
Which means Apple would need to come and talk to the banks here, or at least go to the ones in
Never
Canada.
happening.
That ain't about to happen.
They'd talk once to Commonwealth Bank, and they would leave our island and never return.
Pretty much. Hell, Google's not even coming down here yet, so...
Google don't care about us now, don't worry about that.
But,
I'm so mad Play Music doesn't work here. I'm mad at all of the country restrictions.
I am mad that Play Books, which used to work on my phone, now automatically disables itself. Just because I'm here. Just because it knows like my SIM is from here. and on my geolocation share. I'm like,
Womp womp.
Wah, wah, wah.
but play music works and it doesn't turn off.
What do I use? I use Moon Reader, I think. Moon Reader Plus.
Yeah,
Stop.
but that's
Yep, I
mainly
use Moon Plus Reader. Yeah, that's the name. Moon Plus
But-
Reader.
that's mainly because you download your books, whereas I would buy them and expect to be able to sync them, and so now I've got books over there that, I can't. It's hard for me to read.
Then use the Amazon thingy.
Yeah, I'm using Amazon Kindle now to buy my books, which doesn't cause me any issues.
Okay, see? Problem solved.
I download my books. Well, I don't know if you call my books books.
Skype does not have better quality videos.
Nope.
Skype does not.
Oh, what's this?
Actually, yeah,
Skype does not have better quality videos.
he's right. Technically, and I've noticed, I think Discord actually has better video as well as Twitch. When it comes to quality and like doing this.
I'm
It's
an
just-
illegal person. I download. Like, can you English? No, he's definitely an illegal person because he can't English. It's illegal people can't English.
So mean. I'm an illegal person. I download too here.
Is this gonna become like a new hashtag? Illegal person I download.
Illegal
I
person.
mean, at least he use an in front of illegal instead of saying a legal. A
You know
illegal.
English like you. Not nose. Not nose. Oh man, it's funny.
But I think that actually. Do we have anything else that we want to talk about before we end things?
Oh yeah. For those who are pre-ordering the iPhone 10, I hope you guys are ready.
Please. Anyways, the Kinect is gone. The Kinect is dead. Thank God.
Well,
The Kinect is over. It's finished. It's done. It's dead. Yes. We
why
can
are you
move
so
on to
happy?
Happy.
What is wrong with you?
I didn't like the Kinect. I hated the Kinect. What are you talking about?
Why did you hate the Kinect?
People are like, oh my God, it's so innovative. I'm like, pause. No, it's not. The Wiimotes are still way better than the Kinect ever will be. So I'm sorry. Like,
But
the whole motion thing is cool, but the Wiimotes, in my opinion, was way more of an innovation than the Kinect was. See?
It sold a
Oh,
lot more though.
Even Nali says the Kinect was garbage, and he's like my current stream rival right now, and we're agreeing. So we're agreeing. So.
I mean, honestly though, the Kinect sold like 30. What was it?
Okay, how much
36
is
million.
sold? What does that mean? It's garbage. That doesn't mean it's not garbage. It's garbage. So 36
They
million
caught it
people.
around that time. They caught it around that time when people were interested in that stuff. Like the Wii had came out. It's like, oh, let's just throw this on our console. Let's throw this on our console. So like, I would expect them to
The
I think,
Kinect
make a little
and
bit
the,
money.
the PlayStation I were both responses to the Wii. Both of them were responses to the Wii, and both of them failed.
Yep. I'm actually so surprised that the PlayStation Move. Like, I'm surprised that that's still around.
Okay, so hear me out with this. The Kinect, granted, maybe not for gaming, was the best thing, but the technology behind it was superb for a lot of other things. There are a lot of do-it-yourself developers that used it for things like doing presentations, as lowly as doing presentations, to actually also using things.
So 1% of users. Okay.
Wow, really?
Yep. Nolly got it. That's exactly why the Kinect was sold, because it's bundled with Xbox, and you couldn't buy Xbox without it. He's right.
But you could buy the Kinect by itself, and that's what a lot of people did. That's what I'm saying. Like, honestly, when you really take a look at it,
No, because you need an Xbox in order to use a Kinect. What are you talking about?
no, you didn't. You could actually use the technology and break it down to then use
1% of users did that.
But
that's a very niche thing to do. I've never heard about anyone doing that until just now, literally.
No, I always thought that people bought it with their Xbox and like yoga or
Because they
something like
couldn't, because they
exercise.
had no choice but to get it with the Xbox. Like, if you bought an Xbox, they'd be like, oh, hey, here's this Kinect. I was that 1%. Nolly's the 1%.
I mean, okay, here's the truth. It was a relatively cheap and good device because it kind of generated its own kind of subgenre when you really think about it for Kinect hacks. So there were people that were using it for things like 3D scanning and robotic vision, just to help figure out like how movement actually happened and use that for gaming. They actually use that to create games, to create other applications. I mean, when you really look at it, the iPhone 10 bought the parent, like the original company that created the Kinect, and miniaturized that for the facial scanning.
You know how I know Kinect was garbage?
How?
Because it's dead. Because it died. And no one even noticed. You haven't noticed? Oh man. Bye, Kinect. We won't miss you.
There are people that will miss it. I mean, granted, it's not necessarily completely dying because the processor behind it is still going to be used and made. I'm not sure who he means. Who he is. That's right.
He's crazy.
These photos, man.
Those emotes, wait. Those emojis hilarious.
Crap. I'm trying to remember where I was. Oh, right. So the processor is actually going to be used inside Microsoft's HoloLens. So that's how it's going to recognize what's around and everything like that.
So it's dead. So they've taken, like, it's an organ donor. Great.
Okay.
It has to die in order to give its organs.
Okay, fair enough, but it lives on in other things.
Who cares? It's dead.
Oh, Lord.
You don't say, oh, Emily lived on because Emily donated a kidney after she died.
Hey,
Nah, Emily dead.
7 pounds. 7 pounds, Will Smith. That movie proves, you know, you live on.
Will Smith. And his weird children.
I'm not. You notice I didn't say anything about his kids, right?
He made those. They came from him. Where do you think all the weirdness come from? Oh, okay. True.
He's a great actor. Okay, so, well, I think that pretty much covers it for the show.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So, thanks, guys who were reviewing. Thank you, Nali and Mr. Wan, for interacting with us during the show and being in the chat. We kind of already talked about Android 8.1 though.
Oh, you missed it.
You missed it. Don't worry. You can always come back and watch the show right afterwards, because you know Twitch is good like that. If you want, I can play it as a VOD, so it just like plays automatically after this. But yeah, I'd also like to thank my guests, Chris and Vicquell, for coming on the show.
Welcome.
Welcome.
And guys, we're currently in the process of moving from our podcast host to another host. So if you want to listen into any of the shows via podcast, or in other words, just audio, you can still do that, but it will be much more reliable shortly. I'll put it like that. And you can also keep a track of our episodes on the morecookies.com websites soon. So, until next time, which will be probably week after next, because we may not have any shows next week, considering that I'm not going to be on island, and I'm not sure how good my Wi-Fi is going to be. The hotel. So, week after next.
Big timer.
Funny. It's work.
Big timer. Traveling for work. Oh,
says the guy who also travels for work.
So, I am not traveling for work anytime soon. I traveled once.
One more than me.
Rip. Yep.
Did you die though? Mr. Juan, did you die? No, you didn't die.
Mr. One is asking, well, says Chris could give a heart attack when telling the truth. People have memories with Skype. But, okay, yeah, so...
Exactly, memories, because they're in the past.
Damn. Week after next will be Esports Wrap Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Tech Talk will be back on Thursday at 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. So feel free to join in on either of those shows. Actually, I think week after next, I'm going to be talking about the Nintendo Switch for Esports Wrap. So, there's that. Until next time, take care.